Hello and welcome back to another video that is sort of kind of important, so let's get into it. Life's been tricky. Life's been busy, but it's also been tricky because producing videos have been difficult. At the moment, just because of how busy things are, and I haven't been able to sit down and do speed paintings, but on top of that, I also have a goal to do something in January, which is opening the shop. Now, this video might stir some people, and I do apologize. I feel like I need to, but I also feel like if you don't like the direction that this channel is going into, then maybe this isn't what you want to watch. And if that's the case, I can't really force you to stay. Now, with that being mentioned, it's not like a drastic change. I do want to still continue doing speed paintings and stuff, but there might just also be the additives of studio vlogs or more process videos or something surrounding more graphic design things, just because that is what I'm into, and I feel like it served to be something different, but also it helped me just keep focused on both graphic design and illustration at the same time. Now, with that being said, this is where I think people are going to start questioning things. I'm insane, I admit. This channel has been around for 3 years, or has been posting for 3 years. So I feel like, on one hand, it might be a bad idea to do a whole rebranding. But on the other hand, I feel like it's sort of necessary. Now, here's why. So, just a bit blank. It wasn't always just a bit blank. Initially, I believe the channel name was Blanket Designs or Blanket, which it was brought to my attention at the very beginning that it's a bit difficult of a username, especially for someone who doesn't crochet or knit or do any of those things relating to blankets and whatnot. Now, I understood at the time too that the person who was giving me this feedback didn't quite understand YouTube and sort of how search works, because it's going to give you the most popular thing, and when you're a starting out channel, it's not in your favor necessarily. So with that in mind, I did change it, and I thought long and hard as to what to call this channel. Just a bit blank, because I'm just a bit crazy, I'm just a bit rambunctious, just a bit quiet, just a bit blank. So it sort of left room for a lot of creativity, and I even thought like I'd end every video with, and I'm just a bit, to sort of sum up the videos. Now, it's creative, don't get me wrong, and I get to be called Blanket because I've got you covered, and all these cool things that came with the name. Now, that's great for a channel, but it's actually not so great for a shop. Initially, the shop was going to be called Just a Bit Shop, because this is the shopping component of the sort of brand, I guess you could say. But in the end, I just feel like now, looking back at it, it's not the best name for it. And thankfully, the shop isn't quite open now. So it left, like, I had a break between when the shop first opened. It was like a 2-year break because I just was too busy and I couldn't manage it. And I wasn't really advertising it or anything. So it wasn't great. But I learned a lot of things, and I had to close shop anyways because I'm so busy. I was moving, I was graduating university, a whole bunch of things that just made me too busy to actually fully commit to a shop. With that being said, I didn't like the name looking back at it now, and I was trying to come up with a new name. Now, I was going to go with Blanket Designs because I understand now that it's also what your company is known for, right? You have to really push that you would be a design sticker stationery shop instead of selling knitting stuff and crochet and quilting and whatnot. Now, I understood that, but I also just don't feel like Blanket Shop worked very well, or blanket designs was the best idea for me still. Something about it just didn't sit right, and I think it was exactly that. It didn't quite sound like I was a designer that was making stickers and whatnot. So, with that in mind, I had to hit the drawing board again. As much as I loved the logo, incorporating the bee into a cloud, it's just a lot of things meshing together. It had nothing to do with blankets, clouds didn't equal blankets, and yeah. So, hitting the drawing board again, it was tricky. Keep in mind that this sort of has been a decision that's been brewing for about 3 to 4 months at this point, and even now. So, it's not an easy decision to make if I want to change up all my name, but I had to basically think of what else to call everything. I had a struggle. I think everyone goes through the struggle as to how are they going to pick their name that they will commit to for, I hope, the end of time for me. But, it can be tricky because people grow and they change, and I know I've changed. So, I just couldn't decide what to call it. I don't have, a favorite TV show or memorable character that I love so much, or a favorite movie, favorite video game. I don't have really any of those things. That's why I feel like if I was a color, it'd be gray. It's just sort of a lot of indifference goes on unless it's about art, graphic design, and those types of things. That's not an issue. Don't worry. I'm okay with it. I know that I like simple things in life. With that in mind, searching long and hard, obviously I gravitated towards the cloud for a certain reason in the previous logo brainstorming. And with that in mind, I was like, well, why don't I do something about clouds? Clouds designs or cloud design doesn't quite feel complete to me. And I'm like, it doesn't quite describe what I am. Because as adorable as I am, don't get me wrong, some people think that, I am a bit. I have fangs. I have claws. I have black cat energy, question mark. I've been told of that. Probably because I go around wearing all black, listening to, a variety of musics, and looks like I'm going to murder someone. Oops. But that's besides the point. Don't focus on that. The point is that, it felt like it was missing something. And looking at some of my products, I was like, yeah, I want to be able to describe, sure, there's some cute things, but there's also the slightly aggressive things. One of the things when I was marketing in the Christmas market for my business course or business class, because I only have one, it was cute or passive aggressive. Either way, I've got you covered. So it's sort of this, I want it to be sort of conveying that there is a bit of cheek when it comes to my designs, certain designs, but it could also be really cute. Because I'm that person that's in the middle of being passive aggressive, but also being really nice and polite and whatnot. So with that being said, I think I come up with a pretty good name, Cheeky Cloud Design. Now, with that in mind, it did bring me, as I found this name and I fell in love with it, because I am still in love with it looking back at it for a month, and the design idea is really cute, and for the logo, it's this cloud that has this retro face on it, and it sort of gives Nintendo Kirby vibe in a way, but it also just gives my own take, and sort of encaptures how I want the brand to be, right? And how I want to be perceived as. So, my standstill is, as much as I love Just a Bit Blank as my channel name, it's a bit tricky to want to open a shop and then people might not be able to find the shop because, according to YouTube, it should be just a bit something, right? So, it just doesn't quite fit into each other anymore. And I don't really know what to do. On one hand, I could just change the channel name and keep my nickname Blanket, and people just know me as Blanket, and that might be a fun story to tell, when there are people who are questioning who I am. But the other hand, it's like this has been the channel name for 3 years. But maybe 3 years is a good time to do the rebranding and to sort of flip open a new chapter of this channel's time. So, yeah, if you guys can offer me opinions in the comment section down below, that would be great because I'm still sort of torn about the channel. Because if you haven't noticed, I've changed my Instagram handle already. It's cheekycloud underscore designs. And like the shop is going to be named Cheeky Cloud Designs and whatnot. So I just don't know to make it consistent if I should also change the channel's name. But then I'm just so attached, Like, it's been 3 years and I've met a lot of nice people on this channel, so I'm just struggling with the concept of changing it on you guys, and then you guys are being like, well, I was looking for so and so, but she must have dropped off the face of the earth because I can't find her anymore. I can't find Just a Bit Blank. So, yeah, but like, there's a lot of things to consider when it comes to changing a whole brand. And I'm just trying to keep all those things in account as I move forward. But I hope that people do stick around. I know that a lot of you guys joined me for speed painting because that is what the whole channel is basically about. But I hope you guys will stick around for when I branch out and try new things. Anyways, I think that's pretty much all that I have to rant about so far, and it's been busy, very busy. Shop I will hopefully open at the end of January, so stay tuned for that. And I hope you guys all stay safe, stay hydrated, and just have a wonderful day. Bye.